This is episode number 14. It's time to get real. Many of us pride ourselves on being authentic, but authenticity is a very tricky term. If you were to just look it up in the dictionary and define authenticity, it would, in a summary, be, being unique, being an individual. And those are very broad terms to use. Authenticity points towards an ongoing process of uncovering what's percolating and brewing deep within us. So that could be interpreted by some as, I have a very short fuse and I get set off really easily. So, I'm driving down the road and somebody cuts me off and I'm, flipping them off, cussing at them, calling them every name in the book. That to them might be, well, that's me being authentic and being real, which, might be true to a degree. But, if we're going to really dive into this, that is not what it means to be authentic and real. A lot of us pride ourselves on being real when we're quote unquote honest, or when we express our honest opinion about something or what's wrong, or become hateful or rageful or judgmental of somebody. But this doesn't qualify as authentic communication. This doesn't qualify us as authentic human beings when we do things like this. So attacking, judging, and blaming others is far from what it means to be real and honest. When we look at somebody, and if we see somebody, and our first instinct is to attack or judge or be mean to that person, if you use the excuse of, well, that's just who I am, that isn't real or authenticity. That's just being mean and hateful towards somebody. Authenticity involves a sincere effort to go deep inside ourselves and uncover what we're actually experiencing, and then communicate that. So when we can really go deep into our minds, and we're in this particular situation where we might feel like we want to judge somebody or be mean or aggressive towards them, if we take a step back, go deep into our mind, really kind of sift through our emotions and pull out a way to verbalize without being aggressive, that's being real and authentic, being able to actually communicate without being hateful or judgmental or hurtful with the things that you say. True authenticity requires that we pause and check in with ourselves before responding. If we were to pause and check in with ourselves and think about our emotions, we can really come up with a calculated response rather than just spitting out the first thing that comes to our mind. Because I've been guilty of it in the past, where somebody might say something or do something, like let's just road rage, because that seems to be a very common theme amongst a lot of people. But let's just say road rage is one of those things where you're cruising around, driving along, and somebody cuts you off really quick because they might need to get to that turn lane really quick on the other side of you, and they're just not thinking, and they're only thinking about themselves, and their first thing is oh my gosh, I got to get over. And your first response, because you have to slam on the brakes and of course piss off the people behind you if there are people behind you, but just the initial reaction is, screw that person, flip them off, whatever, call them every name in the book. And this is us just venting emotions rather than expressing empathy and putting ourselves in their shoes. Yeah, there might be people that just drive like jerks to drive like jerks, but at the same time, if you see that person that swerves all the way across the road to get to their turn lane, if you were to take a step back and put yourself in their shoes, yeah, they probably shouldn't have done that. But at the same time, if we say, man, what if they, just got a phone call and found out that, their relative is in the hospital and they had to flip, a turn really quick, or, they I don't know if it's an excuse, but they're daydreaming and oh my gosh, I missed my turn, and if I don't make this turn, I'm going to be late for work. These are just things that we have to think about. Is there's people 9 times out of 10 don't act like a jerk just to be a jerk, or do stupid things just to do stupid things. There's usually, in their mind, there's justification and reasoning for doing what they're doing. So if we were to just jump out and attack them for it, even if it's in our own mind or whatever, if we just to kind of declare that this is who we are, this isn't being real and authentic. That's just being mean and hurtful. Being real ties into being able to accept who you are and embrace it. It's so if you were to take a step back and look at everything about yourself, and sort of think about who you are as an individual, if you were to let your true colors shine, not the these are the colors that I want to shine type of deal, then you end up being real and authentic because you are being who you are. A good way to look at it, and this is kind of a metaphor that I like to use, is there's always that saying that everybody kind of spouts out during the winter when they see the snow, is like, hey, did you know that no two snowflakes are alike? Which is true. There's no two snowflakes that are the exact same. There might be some that are very, very similar or very, very close, whether it be in shape, size, the pattern, whatever classification you might want to look at. But it's the same thing with humans. There are no two humans that are alike. There might be two humans alike in terms of appearance. Like if you have an identical twin or something like that, you might look the exact same. But if you were to take looks and put them aside, if let's just say that you're an identical twin that's listening and you have somebody else, that you're a brother, sister, whoever, and they're your twin, you might look the same, but you have a different personality than your brother or sister, than your identical twin. You have a different set of emotions. You have your own thoughts. You have your own feelings, and you have control over those. So just like there's no two snowflakes that are alike, there are no two people that are alike in their own mental state. So when you're able to accept that and be who you are and let your personality shine through, that is being truly real and truly authentic. When the judgment comes your way, it gets immediately deflected because you are accepting of yourself and who you are. So if somebody, let's just say that you're the person that just cut somebody off and this person comes flying up next to you that you cut off, and, they're flipping you the bird and calling you every name in the book, instead of you taking that to heart and getting emotional about it, and maybe wanting to say something back or be aggressive or chase this person down, whatever extreme we want to go to, those words, those gestures, those emotions will get deflected off because you are accepting of yourself and who you are and the decisions that you make, and you're owning those. At the end of the day, you should remember this. You are you. You're not anybody else. This is never going to change. You're always going to be in the same body. You're always going to have the same mind. So why not just accept who you are? If you're always going to be the same person, you can never change. You can have all the plastic surgeries you want, but the body is still yours. You can go and try and act like somebody else, but at the end of the day, you still are your own individual. You're still your own person. Like for me, I could try and be somebody that, I might be envious of or jealous of, that might be, I don't even know of somebody off the top of my mind, but if there's somebody out there that I'm completely jealous and envious of, I could act like them all day, but at the end of the day, I'm not them. I'm still Spencer Keife. So I have to accept who I am. Otherwise, I'm just kind of putting hurdles and obstacles in front of myself to make my life more difficult if I don't. So just remember, you can't be someone else. You are who you are. Embrace who you are. Accept who you are, and that will be when you become real and authentic. That spot, you have to remember, if let's just say that I wanted to be the next Elon Musk, the founder of Tesla and SpaceX and PayPal, or he's a co-founder of these companies, but I can't be him. As much as I might be envious of who he is and the life that he's living, I can't be him. That spot's already taken. But on the flip side of that, nobody else can be Spencer Keife because my spot is already taken. I'm already here filling this position. So remember that. You know what spot is always going to be free? And it's the spot that you are in right now because you are in that position. So jump in that role and act on it. Be you 100%. Dive into it. Love who you are. Accept who you are. That's when you'll become real and authentic. That's when your true colors will shine. The spot of accepting who you are and embracing it 100% and being able to flaunt it to the world, that is the spot that you want to be in. And that's your spot that you're in today. Just remember that, guys. But other than that, that's all I have for you guys today. Go out there, shift gears, and live the most positive, happy, and abundant life. Accept who you are, love who you are, and embrace it, and you will become real and authentic. You guys have yourselves a wonderful day, and thank you for your time.